freedom in there. Behind me I have one potato maker, aka freedom machine, in the form of an FD RX-7, but we've done everything that we needed to do this before. It's all certified, we've put new exhaust components on it, etc. We've done a whole bunch of little minor aesthetic upgrades and whatnot, and this morning we're doing one more. So this car is going to soon receive an RE-Amemiya Sleek headlight kit. So let's go have a look at that. Alright, so this is all brand new stuff. I think these are the new Sleek light kits. I know the old ones were pretty average with the brightness and the lights, so let's hope this one's all good. It's all genuine Japanese stuff, nice bracketry, comes with a relay pack, everything like that. Even comes with some Japanese spooge, so and some instructions. The China ones don't have instructions. Anyway, so we got brand new headlight covers, or at least the Perspex covers, or whatever they're made out of. The headlight bowls, which have just been freshly painted. So, and obviously my grinder, because we need to cut it up. So let's get the car apart and see how this goes together, because this is the first kit like this I've fitted to one of these cars. Right, so the headlights are out, and now we need to figure out and look at the instructions to see what we have to do to put these in. So what we have to remove, etc, etc. So let's have a look at the destruction manual. All right, here we go. Oh, okay, yep, sure, yep, okay, cool. No, actually we need those. Okay, so these are in Japanese, so we're going to have to decipher photos, but I do have a little app on my phone which will translate most of this anyway, and then hopefully we can make some sense of what we need to do here. But most of the photos are pretty self-explanatory. Like here, for example, we have to remove these little plastic bits. So normally they sit in here, they're not there. And then we have to remove these as well, because they're not going to fit anymore with this kit. So I'm going to have a quick look at the instructions, or the destructions, and figure out what I need to do, and then hopefully it won't take us too long to figure out and get it all assembled. Alright, so I've ascertained that we have to cut a lot of steel out of this car. Now, I've never done this before. I don't particularly feel comfortable with doing it, because it means basically destroying the front end of a 1999 Series 8 FD RX-7, which I quite like. So yeah, anyway, let's show you what we have to do. So here we have the original light bucket area, if you want to call it that, and then this is how much we have to cut out. So looking at those photos, I have to cut down through here, and then down through here, and then through here, and this whole piece comes out. So I don't want to make a hash of this, so I'm going to go mark it out nicely. They don't supply any tracing kits or anything with this, so yeah, I'll just have to wing it and do the best I can, make it look pretty, and then stop it from rusting. So yeah, good times. Let's get into that and get her done. Okay, so instructions there. That's right below that bend, so we're going to put you here. Alright, and we're going to come across like that. Okay, so we want to come down the side through here, look like that. Really? You want me to come all the way out to there? So you want me to come across here and might need my paint pen for this next part. Man, it's a lot to cut out. Where are we? I'll come up. I'm not cutting. Oh yeah, we don't need to. Oh, I see. You just want to follow that line up. Yeah. The photos, as it turns out, aren't very descriptive. Okay, so you're coming up through there. And this guy, we're going to come up through there. Yeah, come up through there like that. I'm guessing. But we're going to do straight lines because we can't cut in a curve through there. So I don't know how we're going to manage that one, but okay. And then this guy, oh man. Man, that's a lot to chop out. Jake, I'm not happy about this.
Hey?
Not happy about this, mate.
What have you done?
Got to cut a lot out, mate. But it's alright. We got the power. It's a shitload to cut out. There, there, across there, there.
Have you tried just actually sitting them in there? Like,
No, I have. They don't fit. Oh, the buckets will fit.
Yeah.
Those will fit.
So it's
but
just
the lights. So the lights bolt to here and here.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why we need to cut all this out. So the lights will add strength into it once we've got all the stuff cut out. It just means I have to cut half the bucket out. Which is going to be fun.
Jesus.
Alright. I'm going to have to make sure that he's okay with me doing this before I go and do it.
Yeah.
That's my phone case.
So it's basically cutting out, but like obviously the new light is the new bracket. But
Yeah. So it'll all bolt in and it will make it strong again, but it won't be as strong as it was before.
So it'll sit down there.
Yeah, no, it sits up top like that. And that bolt there, wherever the bolt is. So, yeah, that one goes there and that one goes there. So I'm gonna, yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a lot to cut out.
Yep.
Alright buddy, I need your permission and authorization to do this because this is a major. I gotta cut this section out through here, up around here, and up around here and off. This whole piece has to come out. Show us, Jack. Because the light needs to bolt there into there and there into there. So physically it can't fit without cutting that stuff out. So I just need you to authorize me to do that because it's not my car. If the people in Japan say cut, we cut. God, he's rough.
My man.
My man. I think, let's check there's nothing behind there of any value. I'm really not happy about this, but I'm doing it anyway. I'm going to draw that out first, I think, because that will be punishing if I don't. spot weld drill. Makes jobs easy. Okie dokie. Now, putting rags near a spinny thing that emits flames isn't really my idea of fun, but I don't really want to take the guard off. Alright. Let's get the gas torch out. No, I want to make sure that what I'm actually cutting needs to be cut out. You may notice my hesitation from not wanting to cut this up haphazardly. It's a late model car and it's a pretty major thing that I'm going to be cutting out, so I'm just really wanting to make sure that what I'm cutting out is in fact all that I need to cut out, no more, no less, for just the simple reason is I don't want to destroy this car any more than I have to. As pretty as this doesn't look, now that the lights are on, it actually doesn't look too bad, and I can tidy it up a bit later. But as you can see, it's fitted, it's bolted in. Now we need to do the rest of the hardware, and this is what you call a dry fit before you fit everything finally. I suppose there's other names for it, but I'm going to call it a dry fit. So let's go have a look at the instructions again to see what's next. Alright, so again, all in Japanese. These bolt in various places. Oh, yep, okay. So that little guy here bolts to a place over there, which is about there. So I'm guessing that needs to be adjusted or spaced out or something like that. And then this guy, yeah, I thought so. That guy, I think, wants to go. Does he want to go up in there? Onto that bolt here? So this guy here. Maybe. I'll decipher these and see what needs to be done. Well, after a bit of faffing around, I've decided that the instructions that were given to me are utter shit. I can't make out half the images, I don't understand Japanese, and the translation is rubbish. So, I've put my two brains together, and hopefully I can hash this out. Long story short, I've made cuts in here based on the instructions, and then found out that the cut described in the photo was wrong, and now I have to re-add some material back onto the car. But that's what you get for following shitty instructions. The other side, I'm going to do a better job because I don't want it to look shit. I mean, where it's going, you're never going to see it anyway, but the fact is, it's not right from the beginning. So basically, what I've done here is I've just put the light on here and I've marked where it wants to sit and what we need to cut out. So on this side, I cut too much out on this side and I can't mount the bracket that holds the bottom lower piece of the light. So if you look at these ones, I can't mount this bracket here because in the instructions it's told me to remove all the material here that's used for bolting that on. So yeah, it is what it is, but hey, we'll get through it and get it sorted, and then we can drill the holes, put the nutserts in, put the covers on, do the wiring, and then the car can leave. So we're not far off, but lunchtime, so let's carry on with that. Alright, after a couple of hours of fucking around and doing not much because I've been busy, I've decided that I'm going to fix that thing that's been cut too much. I've already cut it out and got it ready. I'm going to double check everything on this side before I cut it, and it's ready to go. But it's all looking pretty good, pretty easy to go together. The next part, once this is done, is getting everything all lined up. So basically the instructions can go straight in the bin. They don't really work, and I'm just going to show you how to do this. So step one, mark out and cut these areas. Don't cut too far in here because, as you can see, this bracket has no home to go to. So this one here, it's that hole here we need, and we need this hole here, which this needs to be unbolted. It's just a cable tie holder on this one, but we'll sort that out. And yeah, the rest is pretty straightforward. The alignment side of things is probably going to be the trickiest part. Everything else seems to line up within reason, and it just needs a little bit of tweaking, some holes drilled and all that sort of stuff. So I'll get this other side cut up and everything sitting in place where it needs to be, and then I can look at starting to drill the rest of the holes that we need for the final fit up and screwing together of all of the light buckets. and everything, so it's all nice and tight. So yeah, I'm gonna just jump through this now, get it done, and I'll be back with you in a minute. So next day, and I had to do some repairs. So the instructions that I was given from RE-Amemiya were to chop out a section of the light bucket. Turns out that it was wrong and I cut off too much. So I did follow the photos exactly, but obviously it was too much. So I've now put that piece back in from yesterday after I cut it out. And it's all welded back in, and now you look here, little bolt there, and then that bracket can now have a hole drilled in it, and we can bolt to there as well. So I'm going to go ahead and get all those holes drilled and get both lights in, and that way we can start putting all of the light buckets and all the hardware on, drilling more holes, put the nutserts in, and then there's just the wiring to go. So we'll get onto that, and not long to go. Alright, so that's that one there. Let's do the other side. This is where the fun begins. Careful not to scratch anything. In there. Through here. So what I'm doing here is I'm just trying to get everything all lined up so that when I drill the likes of these holes over here, that I'm not just putting it in random places. Hopefully there's enough give and all this sort of stuff. Now it also needs to sit in low enough so that the light cover isn't protruding. And although this car's pretty mint condition, it could be a little bit of a mess to line everything up. So now, before I go and drill any holes, we'll move all this stuff out the way. Make sure nothing's going to stop the bonnet from closing. Then check we have this. And we don't. So that wants to come over that way more. So let's see if we can, because if you look at the bonnet, you probably can't see, but the bonnet's just kind of wanting to touch. So what do we want? We want for that to come over, that one wants to go up. So is that because of that? No, that wants to stay where it is. Okay, it's better, but it's not 100%. So I need to actually move this light cover that way so that it's going to clear the bonnet here, but also fill in this corner here and fill in this gap here. So it kind of wants to twist around a bit. But I'll just go ahead and play with the other side and see if I can fit nice. Now I've got the opposite problem. Me thinks this car's had a smack. Okay, I can't shut the bonnet, so I need to readjust this side. Okay. There we go, that's better. Up in that corner. So, my theory is this car's had a smack. fitting like shit.
Are the bonnet gaps even?
It could come this way a little bit, like a couple of mil, which might give me, because I've got about a mil or two there. So maybe we just realign the bonnet, but then that's going to change your latch. So
Lose.
lose those. We'll spend hours adjusting everything to try and get it right. Right, so you can probably tell at this point that I'm starting to get a little bit frustrated with how this is going together, or should I say how it's not going together. Basically, I'm trying to use an aftermarket part that was designed and manufactured back in the day when we didn't have 3D scanners, we didn't have any sort of CAD software, etc. These were made by hand, and they would have been made on a car that fitted perfectly, and this car is obviously damaged at some point, or the parts aren't made right or something. But what I'm finding is it's not going together, and all the body lines and everything seem to be lining up. So that's the frustrating part. I know it doesn't really look like it in the video, but the bonnet and the gaps and everything are all okay. It's just, yeah, I'm just trying to adjust everything, so I don't want anything hitting or making a mark or anything like that. So yeah, I'm just going through the motions of trying to solve the problem so I can get through it and, you know, get this bolted in for the first time. So the bonnet's lined up with the bumper. I think the light buckets are shit. I mean, that's fine. They'll clear easy.
It's a little bit better, yeah.
Yeah, but it's still,
Yeah,
I mean, like, I'm not happy. Yeah, it's huge. Huge. That's no better. Yeah. Shut up and put it in. Still hitting. But not as anywhere near as, oh, I could hold it there. We're going to need to adjust this bonnet. So I'll just show you what I'm dealing with. So you can see here, the angle of this isn't actually straight, it's sitting on an angle. And you've got a gap here, you've got a gap here, and this side's too far over this side. And you look at this side, and it's not as, well, it's still got a bit of an angle, but it's not as aggressive as that one. So what we want to do, because it's wanting to hit along here, we need to move that light, sort of just spin it a little bit, but I haven't got any movement in here. So if I slot that hole a little bit more, and then the light can come up, and then hopefully I can just twist it around a little bit. So up will hopefully bring this bottom corner around, and then we won't have the problems that I'm hitting with the bonnet. Yeah, good. We maxed. That's better anyway. Yeah, good. Anyway, we've got these pretty much adjusted where they want to sit. It's not pretty, so I don't know if it's the kit or if it's the car that's just old, or it's had lots of little whoopsies over the time, but the gaps are horrible. Got a massive gap here. It's super tight around here. We can't get that corner down to match this height here. Like it just doesn't fit nice. This one's pretty good though, but still massive gap around here, just looks ugly. So, but it's not going to matter once the headlights are on and everything's all pretty. So I'm going to go ahead and drill these holes. But you can see here, look how far out that is.
Yeah, it's not close.
Like compared to that one,
Still there,
but that's where it wants to be. If we can't move it any more over because it's going to hit here on the bonnet.
Might need to put a spacer in there or something.
Could do, yeah.
That's the only option.
So yeah, because I could scallop that, but it's just going to look like AIDS. But then we run into the other problem. If we space it out, then maybe that bracket will hit the bonnet. So I'm probably better off just scalloping it anyway and just sending it. So yeah,
You gotta do what you gotta do.
gotta do what you gotta do, buddy. Do you know what the time is?
Pub time.
Yeah, boy.
Lunchtime.
We're gonna have some beers. See you later. So the weekend has passed and we are trying to button up the last bits on this RE-Amemiya Sleek headlight kit install. We've got Jake behind me. He's just masking up where we're going to paint because obviously we've cut all this area off. We've linished up there a little bit and whatever else. We've got a couple of nutserts to do, Jake, and then we can paint and chuck it all together. So we've done our preliminary, no, not preliminary, well, I guess preliminary. We've bolted everything in, we've checked all the clearances and whatever else, and now it's just the final touches of painting. Then we can put the lights in permanently and everything. We've already set up the beam as well because we've got a beam light setter here. So we've already adjusted the light beams. So because you can't adjust them once the buckets are in. So yeah, now I've also just discovered recently that the kit didn't come with the wiring instructions. I know it's pretty straightforward, but it would be helpful to know where I'm supposed to connect things, and I'm just gonna figure things out on my own. Kind of disappointed, to be honest, with the quality or lack of in the instructions. It's a bit disappointing considering the price of this this kit. So yeah, but anyway, we'll move through it and get it sorted. But I think that's about it. So we're going to just drill these holes, get the nutserts in, run the wiring so it's all nice and tidy, and then basically button it up, glue the covers down, and call it a day. Now the covers need to sit at least, I'm thinking, overnight so that the glue can cure. So we'll probably do that once we've got it all painted and set everything into position. I can't really drive on them while the glue's wet because they'll just fall off, obviously. So the owner's going to come pick it up tomorrow. I think that's about it. So we'll get these holes drilled, get it all together, and then see how she looks. It's all painted. Wiring's mostly done. Just need to tidy up this stuff in the morning. But all we're going to concentrate on is, seeing as that these are all now bolted in, nice and rigid, we're going to recheck the beam position with our little light meter here. So we'll get this all set up and then we will double check it just to make sure everything's okay, because we've now got this bolt in here which wasn't on before, so it might have moved things around a little bit. So we'll just double check it, then we can put the buckets on, and then we can put the light covers on, glue them on, let it sit overnight, and then customer come pick it up. Alright buddy, let's turn the lights on. So you can see in here, and you probably can't see it as well as we can, there's a line and there's a dot, and we've just basically lining the center of the beam up, and then we want the top of the beam to be under that line, right? Yeah. So all bang on. So that one there is above the line, and this guy here is below the line. So things have moved. Alright, so that is, because this is the same level we had it before, right? So we can just adjust the light up on this side. You can see that guy. Okay, that's right on the line, and you probably can't see, but the center of the light is actually in the center of the beam. What would you call it? A beam? Beam pattern. Beam pattern. There we go. And then this guy's the same.
It's come down.
Come down. So you can see that operating. Coming down. So, yeah, good. Yep, we're good there.
Yep.
And then now we need to work on high beam. Booyah. Now this one wants to come down because we want the center of that beam to be in the center of that, right? Yep. So come down. Yep, right there. Along here. It's funny, how like incremental changes with bolting things up changes. Oh, whoops.
Yeah.
You want to come up. Yep. Oop. Too far. A little bit there. Oop. Too far. Yep. Perfect. All right. Headlight's adjusted. Let's get these buckets on and then put the covers on and call it a day. You ain't never gonna stop the dust, buddy.
That's big urethane one.
Yeah, have to. You could screw them on, but
Yeah. You can part over them on.
pot rivet, yeah. Tech screw, mate.
Can't go wrong.
Get your techies out. Okay, we've got this genuine Japanese goop. Can you clean the edges on that, please, kind sir? Oh, she black. Oosh. Got some methylated spirits.
Oh, brappin.
Oh, my fingers.
Just the edges.
Yeah, bitch mittens. Yeah.
We have
then we
had
can-
your 6 fingers all over it.
Calm down, mate. Whoa. And then we can pull off the, just where I'm going to glue it, so on the black
Yes, I'm not.
area. Thanks, buddy.
Fucking relax,
Calm down. Calm it.
Benny, come sort out your dad.
Oh,
Must be you put too much on, alright?
I feel personally attacked.
Just you wait.
Thanks, champ.
Alright, bud.
I've never done this before.
Might be better to put on here. I'll clean the other one.
While we wait for you.
Always waiting for me, eh, mate?
Yeah, mate.
Alright, so, a little bit on that one. Okay. So, fingers crossed, this all works out.
Part 2. It's a disaster. Disaster strikes.
Oh, I just never fitted these before, so... I've just realised that some of you may be wondering why I didn't do this off the car. Now, there's a very good reason for this, and it's mainly because I wanted to make sure that it was going to sit right on the buckets when they're in the car. This is because we've had so much issues with the bonnets clearancing these headlight buckets and everything like that. I kind of just wanted to make sure that I wasn't going to like mess it up, because like once you've got these on, there's no going back. Once the glue sets, the only way to get them off is to cut them off. So just really trying to be cautious by mounting them on the car with the buckets attached and all that sort of fun stuff. So that pretty much concludes this RX-7 for tonight. We're just waiting for the glue to adhere overnight, and then we're back in the morning. We can peel the top covers off and see how it all looks. So yeah, and then we can finish it off and the customer can come grab his car. The only trouble you're going to have is with the front pulley, because that's not packing. The front pulley, unless it's been shut somewhere it shouldn't have been. Oh, happy days. Ooh. Show us your beams, mate. Woo! That looks cool. See you, buddy. See you, mate.